Hello, ladies. Hello. Thank you for joining me today. All right. Today we are going to talk about the exercises you need to stop doing if you are over the age of 40. Why do we need to stop doing these? Because they're not going to change your composition. If you want to see change, if you want to have weight loss and sustain the weight loss, if you want to see muscles in your body, if you want to get rid of that abdominal fat that we get over the age of 40 due to our declining estrogen levels, this is what we need to do, okay? And I am speaking from, I have been in the fitness industry for over 20 years. I am a nutritionist. I specialize in working with women 35 and older to help them understand their body, to learn their body, to own their body, and all the things that go with it. Over the age of 35, physiologically, we are changing, and we cannot keep doing the same things that we did when we were in our 20s and early 30s to maintain our figure. It's just not going to happen. You have to make changes. And so like I said, I'm 45 years old. I have a 4-year-old daughter. So I had a daughter a little bit later in life, in my 40s. And I thought that was going to be the death of me with my composition. Like, I'm in my 40s, my hormones are going to be here and everywhere, and I'm never going to get my figure back. And I did. And I actually look better and feel better at 45 than I did in my 20s and my early 30s. I'm wearing a little bright stuff today, but at the age of 45, I have some nice abs. I have some good arms. And I just show you that because I feel like if I'm going to be offering you this advice, I should be able to walk the walk and talk the talk, right? For me, it is about having some nice muscle definition and feeling good. I don't necessarily need like a full hard rock set of 6-pack abs. That's not where I'm at. I just want to look really good. I want to feel really good. I want to feel strong. I want to feel like, I just want to feel good, basically. So here's what we need to do to get us there. And if you don't believe me, I will link books below for you that are women doctors that have spent their careers studying women, studying women's hormone health, researching exercises that are best for women at certain ages, how to do it, and what to get the best out of for cardiovascular, metabolic health, and to see those composition changes that you want. So first up is, ladies, you got to give up your boot camp classes. I know. People are going to hate me for that. They're going to hate me for that one because you guys love those group fitness classes. I was there. I was once those. I used to teach those, okay, when I was younger, all right? And as I got older and started feeling the changes, but also I wasn't happy with what I was seeing. Like, you're here and you're doing these classes, and initially you might have seen some results. Anytime you start any kind of new exercise, you're going to see change because the stimulus is new. But if you're not continuing to see change 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 2 years after being in that exercise program, something's wrong, right? And the only thing that is going to provide those continuous changes is strength training, traditional strength training. Because many of you will come to me and say, oh, I do strength training in my boot camp class. That's not boot camp. That's not training. That's cardio with weights, 100%. And I have taken maybe there is a class out there that is just solid strength training, but I feel like I have taken classes everywhere and done them all, and they're all about the same. It's cardio with weights. Everything is timed. There's no sets and reps and things, really focusing on form and going slow. And I know that's intimidating for a lot of you. You're like, I don't want to go to a gym. I'm not comfortable working out in a gym. I don't even know where to start when I go in a gym. What does this machine do? What does that look like? I completely get it. What I recommend for clients when they're new to strength training is starting at home, getting a couple of weights at home. You can find a ton on Facebook Marketplace, bargain marts around your town. I have literally built my gym off of Facebook Marketplace, a bargain mart place that's close to us, in a refurbished gym kind of store that we have in the area where people will bring in old equipment and then they resell it, using that versus now, if you want to go out and buy the new stuff, have it. But to get started and just get going, just find you a few dumbbells, a nice mat, maybe a bench, and put it in just one little area of your basement, living room, whatever works for you, any extra room that you've got. and get that, and just start with a strength training program. I have a lot of strength training programs. I actually have my Women's Health Monthly Club where every week I email you 4 workouts for the week. It's sent right to you along with recipes, and you get to be a part of our community and do our office hours where we have 2 calls every month where we're discussing all of these kind of things and estrogen and how it affects us and the hormone fluctuations, etc. It's only $29 a month. So you can do mine. And there are other ones out there. You just want traditional strength training programs, though. Nothing that is timed, nothing that is pushing you for as many reps as you can do in a minute. You want to go slow. So like an example would be doing squats, and you do 4 sets of 12 squats at your pace with good form, good range. That's what we want to see, okay? You want to shoot for, ideally would be 3, okay? But if you're a group fitness junkie, start with 1, okay? Just take 1 of your group classes out per week and start with 1 full body workout at home, 1 full body strength workout at home, and just get used to it. And I know it's going to be different, and you're like, I can't self-motivate. It's going to be hard for me. I get that. But in life, there's just things that we're going to have to do, especially if you want to see those changes, okay? And you want to preserve and have as much muscle mass as possible going into our life 40 and over. And I don't mean looking like a bodybuilder, a power lifter, anything like that. If you ladies truly understood how hard it is to build muscle tissue and how long and how much those ladies are training and what their nutrition looks like to have that amount of muscle on top of probably a little steroid stuck in there too. Don't be scared of heavy muscle. I'm promising you, if you start pushing and lifting heavy muscle, you are going to get so freaking lean. You are going to get so lean. So start with 1 a day, find a program that you somewhat resonate with. I have a ton of free ones on YouTube as well, that you could go to and look at for strength training and working on building up that, getting used to it, starting to change your mindset a little bit of what your fitness routine looks like, and then eventually add in 2 and get to 3. Ideally, women over 40, we want 3 solid strength training sessions in a week. If you can get more, great, but 3 should be the minimum. You should shoot for 1 upper body, 1 lower body, and 1 full body workout every week, traditional strength training. Now, once you get those 3 in, whatever you want. If you want to go get your group fitness class because that's your soul food, you love the community of it, you want to get in there and see your friends and it pushes you and you just feel really good, do it, okay? Do it once, maybe twice a week, but get strength training in, ladies. Get it in, okay? And if you have questions, shoot me questions on here. I'll be happy to direct you or help you find something or whatever I can do. But the more women we can get strength training, I'm telling you, it is going to pay off, and you are going to be so grateful for it by the time you're 50 or 60 years old that you have made that switch in your exercise programming and you're seeing the benefits of it, okay? Next, let's talk Pilates. Pilates is great for knowing, kind of like learning where your body is in space. I do think that it's a good thing, again, to add in once a week. It should not be your bread and butter. There is just not enough resistance in Pilates, even on your reformers or your whatever it's called, the Reformer X or something, the more advanced reformers. It is not enough resistance. And the classes are not set up and choreographed in a way for you to progress and have enough resistance in that class to continuously see change. Again, I do think it's a good class here and there for mobility and proprioception and learning where your body is in space. Absolutely, put it in there. But again, it shouldn't be your bread and butter. Try and back off of those. Try and add in 1 strength training class a week. Another thing that you can do for strength training, if you're okay with going to a gym, I highly recommend going to a gym. If you're intimidated to go in a big gym, try and find a small local gym and go in there and hire a trainer for like 8 sessions, okay? I know it's a little bit of money out of your pocket, but how much are you paying for those group fitness classes a month? Come on. So get you a trainer for about 8 sessions, learn some movements, learn the machines, let them look at your form, let them make sure that there's no inadequacies, you're not favoring one side or the other or whatever it may be, and let them show you a few things and get you comfortable inside of the gym. Okay, so get you a trainer, invest in yourself, 8-10 sessions, something like that, go, and then you'll feel comfortable going in there on your own and knocking out one training session. Over time we could build that to 2, then we could build that to 3. Okay, yoga, sorry, again, it's body weight. It is not enough to stimulate continuous change. Again, I think it's great. I recommend it for my clients once a week. Restorative yoga, gentle yoga, especially my high-stressed clients. Absolutely. I put that yoga in once a week, but I don't expect composition changes from it. It's not going to change metabolic health, cardiovascular health. It's just not going to do it long-term. It does not provide a progressive overload. I do think, again, it is good for helping with flexibility if you're tight. It does help with proprioception, learning where your body is in space. It's going to help with balance. And if it's your soul food, you enjoy it, you zone out, you feel good in it, do it. But again, it should not be your bread and butter workout. Cardio. Yes, we want cardio in, okay? Ideally, I'd say 60 to 90 minutes a week if those 60, 90 minutes are pushing hard. You want sprints in your cardio at some point when you are doing them. You want that stimulus of the sprints to put that stress on the muscle tissue, again, to help with building muscle tissue, to build a reservoir for glycogen stores, etc., and for cardiovascular health. If you are strength training and you're strength training appropriately, you're going to get some cardio in there when you start pushing heavy weight. When you do walking lunges with 30-pound dumbbells in each hand, your heart rate gets a little bit high. But the issue is it doesn't stay high. So in cardio, we're looking for those longer spurts of having that elevated heart rate to put that stress on the arterioles, walls, the veins, the cardiac tissue, all of that kind of stuff, to stress it, to again build the strength of it. But it is not our bread and butter. It is thrown in the mix there. So now you're saying, well, how the hell am I supposed to get this much working out in? Well, that's where you're just going to have to work on it and work on your schedule, and don't try to 180 it in a week. Okay, that's not realistic. You're going to burn out. It's just not going to happen. But try to make slow changes working towards this, working towards ideal schedule. If it can work for you, would be 3 resistant training sessions a week. Okay, somewhere between 45 to 60 minutes. If 30 is all you got, 30 is better than nothing, but ideally somewhere between 40 and 60 minutes. Okay, so about 3 hours a week. You want to shoot for that of true traditional strength training. Then we want one good, say 60-minute session of cardio in where we're pushing, where we're in that zone 4, zone 5 of cardio, really pushing our heart rate, challenging ourselves, getting that heart rate up, breathing hard, sweating a lot. And then one of your yoga, your Pilates, your soul food workout. Okay, so it would be 5 of the 7 days a week. On top of that, ladies, we have to walk. Okay, your overall activity throughout the day has to be high. From what I've read and the things that I keep hearing for women, around 12,000 steps a day is where we want to be for that optimal lean body, fat burning, cardiovascular, metabolic health. We want to hit around 12,000 steps a day. So if you're currently at like 5,000-6,000 steps a day, don't try and go out and hit 12,000 steps tomorrow. You're going to be sore. You're going to hate it. You're going to think, how am I going to do this? Again, these are all slow, gradual changes that we're trying to bring in. So if you're currently at 5,000 steps this week, next week, let's shoot for 6. Let's try and be consistent and hit 6,000 for 2 weeks consistently. Then another 2 weeks, we bump to 7. And you just slowly start doing this. And I don't mean that you're out there walking for hours. What I mean is we're trying to find ways throughout the day to be more active. Getting up off the couch more, getting up if you work from home and you have the ability to have a walking pad versus sitting in your desk all day. Walking to do more things around the house, parking in the furthest parking lot or parking spot in the parking lot when you're shopping. I go through self-checkout at the grocery store versus having them scan me. You'll get so many more steps in like that. So just finding ways to be creative in the day to get more steps in. And then, yes, getting in a walk. A walk is so good for us mentally and physically. I try to get a walk in at some point every day. Sometimes it's 10 minutes. Sometimes it's an hour. It just depends on the day. But at some point in the day, I do try to get some kind of walk in just to clear this up here somehow, some way. But getting your overall activity level is up is very important. Exercise and activity level are two separate things, okay? If you get a lot of steps in your actual exercise routine, you need to separate those steps out and then still get steps throughout the day. So just because you have a very active, let's say your choice of the day was a run and you ran 5 miles, and then there's your steps, right? There's 10,000 steps for the day. And then you're just a bum on the couch the rest of the day. That's not going to work. You can't look at it like that. You've got to get that run in, that's your exercise, separate it from your steps for the rest of the day and still get another 10,000 steps, or try to, throughout that day, being active throughout the day, being up on your feet, finding things to do. That is going to make a huge, huge change for us. Because ladies, I mean, it's going to change. And if you're over the age of 35, you're getting those changes. If you're over 40, you're really starting to hit those changes. You hit 45, you're getting hammered with those changes, and you're going to have to make changes to your exercise routine, your activity, if you want to have optimal health 45 and older. It's just the way it is. It's not a matter of when this happens to us, it's just a matter of when. And that's why I'm trying to drill into the women that are between 35 and 45. Like, this is your 10 years to get your shiz together. And in those 10 years, start building up these habits, start building up these routines so that we have our strength training down. We are an active person. We're hydrating. We're getting good sleep. We've got our digestion in a good spot. Like, we're doing all of these things so that once these hormonal shifts like hammer down on you, they don't kick your butt, right? You're going to feel a little bit of that shift, but it's nothing that you can't handle. It's not affecting your day to day. Like, you can still get out there and kill it. If you're not, and you go into that 45, I'm going to say, mark, and you've got some weight on you, you're drinking more than you should, your sleep isn't good, you're not resistance training, you're inconsistent with your exercises, your walking is here or there, it's going to kick your butt. It's going to kick your butt. Again, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So hopefully this was helpful for you. Again, shoot me any messages that you have. I will link anything that I discussed in the chat today down in the comment section below. I'm happy to help you find, if you're not here local to Louisville, or anywhere, you can obviously do my virtual stuff, my Women's Health Monthly Club, anywhere. But if you want an in-person training session or something like that, I will do my best to help you as much as I can, because I want women in the gym. I want you in the gym or at home, but I want women's strength training, because I'm telling you, muscle is your key to longevity, and not just living a long life, but having a long, healthy life. I don't care if you're 90 and you feel like shit and all you're being done is run from one hospital appointment to the next. That's not what we're talking about. We want to be 90 and thriving, not on medication, independent, living life. And so these are the things that you're going to have to do to get there. So take my word for it. Don't take my word for it, but we'll chat when we're 90 then. Okay, you guys have a great day. You can find any of my information at cynthiawilliamswellness.com. It's all be linked down there for you below. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.